I use Adobe every day for my YouTube channel, especially Photoshop to make my thumbnails, but lately I started to realize that I'm paying way too much for an application just to do my thumbnails. So I started searching for replacements and I found out a lot of things. So in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to replace the entire Adobe programs with other cheaper alternative. So stay tuned. Now to replace Photoshop you can use either Affinity, which is Affinity Photos more exactly. So at the moment you have try for free for 6 months. I actually have 6 months with them and it's amazing. Now the application is not only Affinity, it's doing the designer, you know, Affinity Photo. It has an Affinity Publisher. I use Affinity Photo and I can tell right now it's amazing. It literally gives you the same thing, the same. If you use Photoshop you will be very familiar with it, and I can tell you it's going to be, you know, unique. It's not going to be, doesn't have all the features that Photoshop has, don't get me wrong, but it does have most of the things that you will need, especially to create a Photoshop. It doesn't have any subscription, and when you go to buy it, it's a one-time purchase in a way. Now when you buy the Affinity Photo, it's a one-time purchase for the application that you're using now, but if you want to upgrade it, some upgrades it might require another purchase, so do keep in mind on this one. But for example this one, which is version universal version 2, for example, this one, you will buy the Affinity Photo 2 design and things like this, or you just want Affinity Photo, is 67.99 in British pounds. But if Affinity Photo 3 come out, then you will have to repay the 67.99. But the updates for Affinity 2, they will be free and ready to use every single time, so you won't have any problem, only if you want to upgrade. Or if you want to go for universal, which there are going to be more programs here in this video talking about Affinity, then you can buy all of these ones for 159.99 one-time payment. Now if Affinity is not what you're looking for, then you also have Pixelmator. Now this one, it's a copy of Photoshop, exactly how Affinity is. Now more like a copy, is not because they're doing their own thing, but this one is actually cheaper than Affinity. It's $49.99 if I remember correctly. Yes, it's $49.99. You can buy it directly from the App Store, and it's a one-time purchase and there's no subscription or nothing. So this is an easy way to replace Photoshop. Now when it comes to video editing, but if you're using a Windows, DaVinci Resolve is one of the best ones that you can use at the moment. I don't think there's a better one on the market than DaVinci Resolve. With DaVinci Resolve also come that it's free. It does have a paid version, but with the free version you can do every single thing. The paid is more for like studios and something like this, and you can literally edit every single thing in this one. You can edit your video, you can edit your color, you can edit every single stuff that you want to. It's actually better than Premiere Pro, to be fair. But DaVinci Resolve is one of those programs that you will need to learn before you start editing. Personally, I don't use it as much. I did learn it a little bit, but then I gave up because I'm using a Mac, and for Mac I'm using something else. But DaVinci Resolve is one of the best ones. Now if DaVinci Resolve is not what you're looking for, then CapCut is actually the best one to use, because you have some good transitions over there that you normally have in Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve. You have to buy them or just create them, depending on your skills. While this one is offer you the transition for free. Some has some really good effects, and you can actually, it has a free version and a Pro version. The Pro version I think is £9.99 per month. It's a subscription, but it's still a really cheap subscription. But if you don't want to go the subscription, you can just download it, edit everything. The Pro version, all it does, it just gives you extra effects and transitions. That's it. But when it comes to exporting the video, there's no watermark, there's no nothing. So Final Cut is actually really good if you're thinking about it. Now personally I use Final Cut, which is over here. Now Final Cut for me, it's actually the best one if you're using a Mac. The reason is that because you're using Final Cut, you know, it has the optimization from the M1 and everything. I'm using M1 Pro laptop, and you know, has optimization, has all the features that you need. You can create effects, you can literally do every single thing, and it's 10 times faster for me as a Mac user. If you don't use a Mac, you know, then I'll understand it if you want to go with something else. But if you do use a Mac, in my opinion, this is the perfect one, because you have good optimization, it's easy to use, it's easy to learn, and you know, it's perfect for the Mac because Apple. So yes, and if you also have an Apple ecosystem, then you can use it on the iPad or on the, I think on the iPhone you can't at the moment, but on the iPad for sure you can. So you have good advantages if you're going with these ones. Now if you want to replace Adobe Illustrator, then Affinity Designer 2 it's actually the best one in my opinion. Now, I don't use it that much, I only tried it a couple of times, and I have to admit, it's one of the things that I love about it is that it's really easy to use and easy to learn if you're a beginner. I am a beginner, and most of the things I actually go on YouTube and watch some videos, and then I was okay with it. It's easy to use, it's easy to learn, and it's a one-time fee subscription, fee payment, I'm sorry, how I said earlier. You know, you have all the things here what you can do, and if you go out and buy it, it's the same $67.99 how Affinity Photo is, or $159.99 if you're paying for the designer, Affinity Photo, and publisher. So depending on your needs, depends what you need, this is the perfect one that you will need. In my opinion, this is the best one for me, but for you might be different. Now, another one you might try, it's Inkscape. Now, Inkscape, it's a free application and it's open source. And don't get me wrong, it has some really powerful things that you can do with it. The only thing that I'm not a big fan of it, I only tried it once, so don't take my word completely on this one. But on my Mac, it's really, really slow. Now, you got advantages, it's open source, you know, it's free, but it's slow. So you have to, you know, download it, try it on your computer, see how it is. For me, it was really slow, so I couldn't use it. But again, it's free to use. So if you don't want to pay nothing, this is an open source application that you can get for free and do your jobs. Now, another application to replace it is CorelDRAW Graphics Suite 2024. Now, from what I heard, I never purchased this one, I never used this program. It was just when I did my research for this video. It's easy to use, don't get me wrong, but it's way too expensive. I mean, 659 British pounds here in the UK. I can buy the entire Affinity Suite program for cheaper than this one, but maybe it does have some features that those ones, you know, they're missing. But see, you have a try for free for 15 days if you want to, you know, just use it, have an idea how it is. The idea is, even if you buy a one-time purchase, keep in mind it's 2024 version. So the next time when they release another one, you probably have to repay the 659. In my opinion, it doesn't worth it, but it's here in case you need another alternative. Now, if you want to replace the Adobe Lightroom, I think this is the best one in my opinion from what I heard and things like this. The only thing in this one, I couldn't find a trial, and I can't confirm it, but most of the people on the internet, especially Reddit, they love this application. Now, this is called Luminar Neo, and from what it says, it does amazing things, and what people are saying is really, really good. You know, you can replace the sky, has some AI features, have some all kind that, you know, you will expect from there. The only thing that I don't like about it, the price, because if you go on the price here, it's creating a special offer for you. Now, I don't understand what this is, because so you can either get for 12 months for £59 or a lifetime license for 99, reduced from 417. Now, is this here to stay? I don't understand, because yesterday when I went on this website and I copied all the links so I can make this video, here I was only having 31 minutes left on this offer. Now it's 2 days. So it's kind of shady. I don't know if you know, there's a lot of company who's using shady stuff and things like this to all buy it now because it's an offer and stuff like that. Make sure, see what you offer you get. I got 59 for the month and 99 for the lifetime. Lifetime, I'm pretty sure it's a really good option, you know, if you're planning on using this one. Again, I prefer the Affinity programs, but this one, it's a perfect replacement and everybody's happy with it one. So, you know, it might be a good alternative for you. And for example, for the lifetime, $99.99, it's pretty amazing deal. But I don't think nobody can beat this one. But if you want an open source one, then we have Darktable. Now, a lot of people are saying that it's really, really good, but it's very, very limited. Now, I am not, you know, I don't use Adobe Lightroom a lot, so I can't confirm on this one. I only use like Photoshop most of the time just to edit my thumbnails, which at the moment I'm not using it anymore. I'm using Affinity, but you know, it's open source, it's free to use, and I think it will be better to try with this one rather than paying for the other ones. See the free versions, see what they offer, and in case the open source is not enough for you, then you can go back on the one that you like. The idea is, in case you need more application to replace, I have a picture right now, and I'll put a link in the description where to find this picture from. Like this, you will see it from all programs, Adobe Illustrator, Adobe things, every single program that is available to replace for Windows, Mac, and Linux. And you know, it's not my picture. Thank you very much for whoever created it. You will have you have his name there, but you can replace all the Adobe programs, because at the moment Adobe it's asking, is number one, so he's taking advantage of this one. I mean, I subscribe for a monthly subscription and then I have to pay a fee to cancel my monthly subscription because it was actually a yearly subscription. It's a shady thing and I don't like this. And to be fair, it's actually saving me money because they did this. Because the thing they don't realize is, because they did things like this, it pushed me to search for an alternative. And I found an alternative that I pay once and I can use them for life. And this is the best way to go, in my opinion. So yeah, if you want to replace your Adobe Life, you have all the alternatives here. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.